Hi everyone. It's me, Jordan Long here, and today I'm gonna talk about, why I choose not to choose. Now, in the Wanted Reichs, everyone chooses who their force setter, their Windemult, their folk mult's gonna be, who their Reich sitter, their Windemult, their folk mult, their Earldom sitter, their lawmaking gathering, their Burgermeister lawmaking gathering. That might be a little unlike, but in their high demers, either Reich, Earldom, or near. In the land, the high demers are chosen by the force setter. Anyway, so, but I do not do any land, Reich, Earldom, or near choosing. And since there is no law that can make you choose if you don't want to choose, at least not in the Wanted Reichs. I can't speak for any other land that makes folks choose, but when you make the choose not to choose, it tends to go something like this with someone. Ah, that's not what I mean. Oh well, Jordan, aren't you going to choose who's going to be the new? Aren't you going to choose who's going to be? Who's don't? Aren't you going to choose who's going to be in the Reich, or in the Earldom, or the Near, or the Land? No. Forgive me, Marge, but I don't want to be. I don't go for that whole choosing thing. You know. I don't. I don't choose. I never chose who the Reich sitter was, who the Earldom sitter was, who the Burgermeister was, who the Forest setter was. I never chose who the Windemult or the Folkmult was, or the High Demers were. I just keep out of that. But Jordan, it is one of your answerable here, and the Wanted Reichs, to choose. Or that's where you're wrong, Marge. There is no oversight or law that says I have to choose who's going to be in the who's going to be in the folk, who's going to be in the land law moat, or the Reich law moat, or the Earldom law moat, or the Near law moat. You know, and I don't have to. There are enough folks in this land between all the 50 Reichs and the Earldoms and the Nears that choose who they want. I don't have to. You know, so you can stop seeking to make me feel guilty or sad for something I choose not to do. You want to know why I choose not to do it? Why you choose not to do it for then? Because I don't believe my voice gets heard. Alright? I don't believe that my voice gets heard in the land, Reich, Earldom, or Near. And it's not going to care who I choose for. At the end of the day, it's going to be same old, same old. Nothing's going to shift. The same hang-ups are going to be there. The only thing that's going to shift is who's the force setter, and who are the Windemult and the Folkmult, who's the Reich sitter, and who's the Windemult and the Folkmult, and who's the Earldom sitter and lawmaking gathering, and who's the Burgermeister and lawmaking gathering, or who the High Demer is in the land, or in the Reich, or the Earldom or Near. At the end of the day, it's not going to shift that much. But come on, Jordan, if everyone fought that way, there would be no folk Reich. Well, good for you, Marge. There are a lot of folks in the world, or at least in our land, that don't think that way. I choose not to. And there is no law or oversight, at least not in the Wanted Reichs, that's going to make me. Man, I thought you would be into it. If we had a not, if a not a lot, if more folks choose in land, Reich, Earldom, and Near choosing, we would get the good force setters and Reich sitters and Earldom sitters and Burgermeisters, and the right Windemult and Folkmult, and the right High Demers, and the right lawmaking gatherings. Not all the time. I thought we'd get that. So you're going to tell me that the grounds to why we got the bad ones because not enough folks are choosing, and the good ones didn't get in because not enough choosing. Well, you know what? I choose not to choose. All right. There is no law or oversight that's going to tell me that I have to choose for the Four-Setter or the Windemalt or the Folkmalt or the Reichsitter, Windemalt or Folkmalt or High Deemer, or the Earldom Sitter in the lawmaking gathering in a High Deemer, or the Burgermeister in a lawmaking gathering in a High Deemer. I keep out of that. I don't believe my voice is heard. It's always two lawmaking gatherings, and at the end of the day, nothing truly shifts except who's in there for 4 years and who's not. You know, so I just keep out of it. Well, I don't understand why you wouldn't want to choose. You know, I thought folks like you would be happy you got to choose. I'm happy we live in a land that we have a say in who lords over us in our land, like Earldom and Near Lawmotes. But it doesn't mean that everyone has to do it. You know, if some choose, and some choose and some do not choose, that's their own business. Yeah, I'm not making that up. Ew, I got something in my hair. Oh. Anyway, so I'm not making that up. You know, every time, it's choosing time, I keep out of it. 1, because I don't think my voice gets heard. 2, all the oversights that one has to go through just so they can do it. Oh, they gotta have a likeness sheet. Oh, you gotta have it in by you gotta have your sheets in by some time. Oh, you gotta go to this stead at this time to do it. And don't even get me started about the send-in ones. The send-in ones are so one-sided because the send-in ones, are so bullshit too. Because you got to trust that the sender, the one that's taking it and giving it to someone, isn't going to do something to it. So at the end of the day, I choose to keep out of it. Alright? It's not that I don't have anything against the lawmaking gatherings. It's not that I have anything against those in the Landreich, Earldom, and Near Lawmotes. I don't. And even if I did, it's not going to make a big unlikeness anyway. So I choose not to choose. And thank God I live in a land where that's not a law and that's not an oversight. Even though some folks in this world actually wish it was. Before I end this film, there are some folks out there who wish it was a law. Yeah, I wish it was a law that made everyone choose. Yeah, and you know what I would do? I would throw it away. I would go pick someone that I knew wasn't going to get in. And what would be the grounds of making everyone choose and pick then? Tell me what that means. What would be the grounds behind that law and that oversight? It would get everyone to choose. Yeah, it would, because you took their freedom away. So, good luck on getting that law or oversight made. Because I don't think anyone will ever make it. That might be your daydream to make everyone choose and pick. But at the end of the day, it's never going to happen. And I sure hope you never ever get chosen for law work where you could make that law. Because I assure you it would never fly. Nothing against you, Marge. Or Margaret. Or whatever your full name is. But Marjorie. Or at the end of the day, I just don't want to choose. I understand that now, Jordan. Forgive me. Yeah, so that's what happens, or that's what happens to me when someone hears that I choose not to pick. I'm 38 years old and I have never chosen for anyone in land, Reich, earldom, or near lawmotes. You know, the only choosing I ever did was when I was at the Learn Hall, and then I chose who was going for the learning gathering, but that was it. Or what film we were going to watch, or what we were going to eat. That's it. That's as far as my choosing ever goes. And if there's going to be someone out there that's irked and mad that I choose not to choose, well, good for you, Den. Anyway, that's the end for my film. If you like this, watch my other film over here, or follow me here at Jordan Long. Goodbye, everyone.